Well, my friends, according to a new book, Miss Kamala Harris here was completely shocked and speechless on election night when she lost to President Trump. That's like my mom saying she was shocked when I came out of the closet. I call BS. I call a flag on the play. I don't really know what that means, but it's a sports term. The fact that Kamala Harris was completely shocked on election night goes to show you how insulated she was by her advisors, by her yes men. A lot of these were just Obama leftovers telling her what she wanted to hear. They were also ginning up the poll numbers so donors would continue to give to the campaign. They couldn't be honest about how grim the outcome was going to be. Now, in my next life, I want to come back as delusional as Kamala Harris. She clearly is surrounded by yes men, the fact that she had no idea she was going to lose, because according to this book, she was buying into the hype. You guys were the ones gassing her up. Everybody in my life, they're honest with me. They tell me when I'm doing well. They tell me when I suck. They tell me when I look good. They tell me when I don't. I would love some yes men. Now, Miss Cabernet Harris and her VP, Mr. Jazz Hands Tim Walz, they were really living in a prism of delusion. If you guys remember, on October 8th, about a month before the election, Tim Walz said he wanted to abolish the Electoral College. Democrats always want to abolish the Electoral College until they also lose the popular vote. Now, I would have loved to have been there in the room when Kamala Harris found out she lost the election. You guys know she cleared out that mini fridge like a Hoover vacuum, chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug, chug-a-lug. This woman, she blew through $1 billion in 100 days, which is ironic considering she couldn't even blow a breathalyzer. Now, I don't understand why Kamala Harris and her advisors are still going out there and talking about this past election. My new nickname for Kamala is La Cucaracha. She's acting very cucaracha right now because she won't go away. La Cucaracha, her liver is so strong, it should run for president in 2028, okay? If we ever lose military funding, if we ever need to defend the homeland, we can use Kamala's liver because it is that powerful. This thing has been through the ringer. I don't understand how Kamala Harris even thought she had a chance. Because you guys were spending millions of dollars doing events with Oprah Winfrey and Beyonce and Lady Gaga and all these celebrities, you thought those people were showing up for you. News flash, they weren't. And since we're going down memory lane right now, remember Kamala Harris did not do a single sit-down interview the first 40 days of her campaign. This woman, it took her 40 days to get the courage to sit down and do an interview, and then she did one in a dingy, dark diner, sitting on a children's chair next to her VP. It was an utter calamity. La Cucaracha, you need help. Another moment I could have told you she was going to lose is when she went on The View and they asked her, is there anything you would do differently than Joe Biden? And she said, well, nothing really comes to mind. Every single poll from the last few years of the Biden administration showed people wanted major systemic change in Washington, D.C. The New York Times CNN poll showed that almost every single month, people wanted major change. Kamala Harris, that was an opportunity to say how she was different. She totally blew it. Cucaracha really thought because she practiced these facial expressions in the mirror that she had it in the bag. She thought they're showing up for me. Beyonce loves me. I've got my facial expressions. I'm a meme. I'm a brat. It's hot brat summer. No, the fact that you have no self-awareness shows us why you should not be near the nuclear codes in the first place, sweetheart. Another thing that always confounded me about Cucaracha here is she was always running around holding hands with Tim Walz like they were little schoolgirls. We have major issues in this country and around the globe. Could you imagine if Vance and Trump came out holding hands? It would never happen. And these buffoons, they say they absolutely hate Donald Trump, but how come it looks like they're doing the YMCA in every single picture? If things really start going down, if we're on the brink of World War III, are you guys gonna hold hands and skip down the halls to the Situation Room? I don't have any confidence, okay? Also, Tim Walz, you probably have a questionable internet search history. You're an overgrown Disney adult, no offense to the Disney adults, but I don't want you near the nuclear codes either. In conclusion, Miss Cucaracha, we wish you well. I hope you find some self-awareness because this election was a decisive mandate for President Trump. He won the popular vote, the House, the Senate, the Electoral College, every single swing state, and you were sent packing back to California with Doug. All right, thanks for liking and following. Drop a comment. Tell me how you feel about this new book saying Kamala was shocked that she lost on election night. Were you shocked? I don't think you were. I will see you on the next one. Bye.